Hello, today we were talking about factoring using the X method. We're going to start by doing these little X puzzles that are set up for you, just so you get used to sort of doing them. Notice that in my X puzzles, they all have this little multiplication sign on top. That means that your number on top is what we want to multiply to. Ooh, my bottom ones don't have it. Darn, I missed it. But I'll put those in so yours do. And then, or actually, let's do this. Will you please write those in on yours? Or, never mind, you can't really write on your thing. I'll put them in. But then on the bottom, they all have plus signs. So that's the number that they should add to. So in each of these, we're looking for a number. Let's look at this one. That multiplies to 18 and that adds to 9. We are going to do 4 of these together. We're going to do the first 4. And then you are going to do the other 4 on your own. So we're going to go ahead and go through those first 4 there. Again, I'm going to go down. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, the first one we're doing is 18 plus 9. So we're looking for two numbers that multiply to 18, but that add to 9. So I'm going to start, I'm looking for stuff that multiply to 18. And I'm going to list what I know multiplies to 18. I always start with 1. I know 1 times 18 gives me 18. And then 2 times 9 gives me 18. Now, if you don't know the factors of 18, what I would do is I always start with 1. I always start with 2. Then I move up to 3. And if I don't know, I just type into my calculator 18 divided by 3 and see if it gives me an even number. It does. I get 6, so I'm going to do 6. Well, then I'm going to do 4. 18 divided by 4 equals, I know it's a decimal, but I don't know what decimal off the top of my head, 4.5. So that one's not going to make my list because 4.5 isn't an even number. Now I also have 5, so I'm going to do 18 divided by 5, and that gives me 3.6, which is not an even number either, so we don't care about that one. So 5 also doesn't make my list. So my list is going to be 118, 2, 9, and 3 and 6. Now I know all of those multiply to 18, but I also need something that adds to 9. So I can look at my list and add the first two, and I get 18, or 1 plus 18 equals 19. I get 2 plus 9, that equals 11. And then I get 3 plus 6, which equals 9. So that means this is going to be my answer because I know 3 times 6 equals 18, but 3 plus 6 gives me 9. So I can write 3 here, I can write 6 there. Now, if you did this on your own and you add 18, multiplying, you're adding to get 9, and you put 6 and 3, that's a good answer too. You can flip-flop those numbers. The order doesn't matter as long as you have a positive 3 and a positive 6. Your answer is correct. All right, my next one, we have negative 56 and 1. So I'm looking for things that multiply to 56. I'm just going to do 56 to start with, and then I'll worry about my negatives. And then we want something that adds to 1. So I know that 1 times 56 gives me 56. If I do 56 divided by 2, I get 28. Let's try 3. 56 divided by 3. That gave me 18.6, which again, we don't want a decimal, so we don't care about 3. There's no 3 that works. I'm going to do 4. So if I do 56 divided by 4, I get 14. Sorry, I actually don't know my multiples of 56 or like my factors of them, so I'm checking them as we go. 56 divided by 5, I know that one won't work. It gives me 11.2, so we know this one doesn't work. And then let's do 56 divided by 6. 56 divided by 6 gives me 9.3. So if I put 6 here, I know that won't work. Let's try 7. 56 divided by 7 is 8. So we have 7 and 8. Notice how I got down to two numbers that were right next to each other. That's when I know I'm done, because there's not a number between 7 and 8. Well, there is, like 7.5 or whatever, but there's not an even number in between them, so there's nothing else that I can multiply that's an even number to get 56. Now, we need it to be negative 56. So in all of these, one of my two numbers is going to have to be negative. So I could do like negative 1 times 56. That would give me negative 56. I could do 2 times negative 28. That would give me negative 56. But you're looking for one where you can put the two numbers together at the end and get a positive 1. So I'm kind of looking for two numbers that are one away from each other. Notice I have 7 and I have 8. I know there's one difference between those. And if I want to get a positive 1, I know 8 has to be positive and 7 has to be negative. Because when I do negative 7 plus 8, that gives me a positive 1. That means that my two factors are going to be negative 7 and 8. Again, you could flip-flop these two numbers. That would be the same. As long as 7 is always negative and 8 is always positive. That is your correct answer. Now, if you're like, yo, Miss Sylvester, we've seen these X method things before. I know how to do them. I don't have to list out all of this work. By all means, don't do that. I want you to be able to see how I'm doing it and what I'm doing in my mind so that you can like solve the problem on your own. As you do more of these, it'll get easier, I promise. So really, it's just kind of for the ones that you really don't know. Like, to be honest, 56, I probably would have made this table or just guessed until I found two that worked because I didn't know what the factors were. All right, my next one's 28 and negative 11. So I'm looking for two things that multiply to 28. I know we have 1 times 28. I know 2 times 14 gives me 28. If I do 28 divided by 3, I feel like that is not going to give me an answer. It's not. I think it gives me like 9 point something. Yeah, I get 9.3. So 3 does not work. If I do 28 divided by 4, I get 7. So 4 times 7. And then if we try 5, 28 divided by 5 doesn't work. It gives me 5.6. And then my last one, notice that we were at 4. We had 7. So 6 is the last number left. But I know 6 would have to be like 6 times 6, and that doesn't equal 28. So 6 doesn't work either. So I have 3 options to choose from. We need them to give me a negative 11. But they need to multiply to a positive 28. If I have a positive number on the top that they multiply to, and a negative number on the bottom that they add to, I know that both of my factors have to be negative. They just do. Because a negative times a negative will give me a positive, but I can put those two numbers together and still get a negative. So our last step is just to figure out which one of these adds to negative 11. You don't have to have the addition sign. You could just write this as negative 1 minus 28. It says the same thing. But if I do negative 1 minus 28, I get negative 29. If I put these two together, I get negative 16. And if I put these two together, I get negative 11. So my final answer is going to be negative 4 and negative 7. Again, I could flip-flop those two numbers and it would still be right, as long as you have negative 4 and negative 7. All right, my last one, we have negative 80 and negative 2. So we're looking for things that multiply to negative 80. I know I have 1 and 80. Again, I always start with the positive and then I'll figure out the negatives at the end. I have 2 and 40. 3, I don't think 80 divided by 3 works. It doesn't. 80 divided by 3 gives me 26.6. So that means 3's out. 4 times 20 would give me 80. 5 times 16 would give me 80. 80 divided by 6 is 13.3. So that means 6 is out. 80 divided by 7 is 11.4. So that means 7 is out. 80 divided by 8 would give me 10. And then my last number is 9. 80 divided by 9 doesn't work. It gives me 8.8. So we have our 3 options here. 1, 2, just kidding, we have more than 3, 4, 5. We have 5 options to choose from. All right, I know that we have to get to negative 80. So that means that one of my numbers has to be negative and one has to be positive because we have a negative that they multiply to. I noticed that we have a negative 2, so I'm kind of looking for which numbers here are 2 away from each other. Well, I know 1 and 80 are like 79 away. 2 and 40 aren't close to each other. 4 and 20 aren't close. 5 and 16 aren't close. But 8 and 10, those are 2 away. That could get my 2. But I need to have a negative 2. So my 2 options are negative 8 plus 10 or negative 10 and a positive 8. Well, since my number is negative, my bigger number needs to be negative. So if I do negative 10 plus 8, that gives me a negative 2. And if you can't, if you're like, yo, Miss Sylvester, negative's not my thing, just add your 2 numbers together. If I did negative 8 plus 10, I would get a positive 2. And I wanted a negative 2, so this one's going to be my answer. So we're going to have negative 10, positive 8. Again, you could flip-flop where these numbers are placed, but the 10 needs to be with a negative, the 8 needs to be with a positive. All right, thank you for watching. Please try the rest of the puzzles on here and then move on to your next video.